Welcome, you're watching the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. I have nothing against home shopping channels. Heck, I take a lot of inspiration from running this channel from home shopping channels on television. I'm sort of like a spokesperson, or whoever hosts one of their programs promoting products. Yet, the Thrift Store Rundown does it on YouTube, and we are real and raw and as edgy as can be, unlike HSN, or in this case, QVC. And I'm sparing no expense with David Venable, author of the first of 3 cookbooks from his long-running series, In the Kitchen with David. Comfort Foods That Take You Home is the name of this first cookbook from QVC's resident North Carolina Tar Heel Foodie. This particular copy includes exclusive bonus material available only to those who purchase this over the air on In the Kitchen with David or online via their website. So David, today is your judgment day.
It was last summer when we first were approached with the whole idea of doing an In the Kitchen with David cookbook. We had been contacted by a major publishing group in New York City, and we were so excited because they were interested in what we were doing on In the Kitchen with David. Every Sunday and Wednesday on In the Kitchen with David, we do an original recipe, and we celebrate by making that recipe on the air. Our foodies get very excited about it. They ask for the recipes. They download them from QVC.com. But the publishing group was also noticing how many books we were offering during Cookbook Corner and how many cookbooks were being sold at QVC. So it was really exciting for us to get that kind of recognition, to have this major publishing group come and say, it's time for an In the Kitchen with David cookbook. It was such an exciting opportunity to begin thinking about what the book would be and how we would bring it together. Obviously for me, my culinary point of view is all about comfort food. And I love that kind of food that brings family back around the dinner table. So it made sense that our book would have that same kind of feel. It would be all comfort food recipes, the kind of recipes that we all know from growing up. Now, having been raised in the South, I've come to realize that yes, I grew up on lovely comfort food, but comfort food isn't just confined to the South. Comfort food is whatever food makes you happy, whatever food makes your heart smile, the kind of food that makes you feel warm and secure, that reminds you of where you grew up and the kinds of family times that you shared around the dinner table with those kinds of recipes. And that's what we're really hoping to celebrate with this book.
And availability gap notwithstanding, I'd say with this particular copy, David hits it right off the bat with a 1-2-3 knockout of envy for somebody who does not have a copy of this. This girl, who also has a copy, can tell you the same thing. Take a look.
My QVC package finally came tonight. I know what it is. It's my cookbook that I ordered. It's David. David! Yay, I love David. Let's open it. Okay, now I gotta find my scissors again. Isn't he a hand supply? Yay!
The difference being that she ordered that copy off of QVC, over the air or online. I got it from the thrift store for $3.99. Retail price is $30 US, $35 in Canada, and just like her copy, this one is signed. Any comfort food you can name, he has either done a clever variation on or has left it completely alone and still included, because some of the best comfort foods known to mankind should just be left alone in appreciation for their sheer delicious brilliance by themselves. Macaroni and cheese, baked potatoes, fried chicken, pecan pie, spaghetti and meatballs, lasagna. You name it, it's probably in here. Plus, a lot of Discerning with David tidbits on ingredient prep and how to find the right ingredients. And make it your own sections that tell you some great substitutions that can be used for some ingredients. I can remember in the BLT mini cups recipe, that's bacon, lettuce, and tomato cooked in miniature bacon bowls, because bacon is indeed David's favorite food, which makes him definitely a foodie. One of the substitutions in the make it your own section, and there are 6 of them in here, in that particular recipe. One of them is peanut butter. Ah, stop your humming! That's my computer currently processing a Thrift Store Rundown video. We film on Saturdays and post them on the same day. Anyway, peanut butter. One of the substitutions in the BLT mini cups recipe. Why not add bacon to that and pay homage to Elvis? That would be fun. Since this is the copy that was only made available to QVC customers over the air and or online, this also includes a 16-page behind-the-scenes look at In the Kitchen with David, behind-the-scenes photographs, and some extra menus with extra recipes. This is the story of how David came to work at QVC, how he got his start in broadcasting, behind the scenes photographs of In the Kitchen with David, with a typical production schedule. Here's David with the crew, and David with some of his guests, including Paula Dean, Lydia Bastianich, Buddy Velasco, that's the cake boss, Gordon Ramsay, Hell's Kitchen, Seth Ramsay, and Tyler Florence. We've covered Gordon, Tyler, and Buddy. We have not done Lydia, and we have not done Paula, so hopefully we'll get around to them in the future. There is also with Seth Tony, who is also well known when it comes to the infomercial world, primarily in the culinary infomercials. And the bonus menus, the celebration dinner, including the roast turkey with cornbread, sausage, stuffing. The recipes that are imprinted in bold print are the ones that are featured in their entirety in this section. All the other ones are scattered throughout the book with page numbers so you can find them quickly. Celebration dinner. And that just applies for not only the big celebrations, the holidays, like Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Thanksgiving, or Easter. That's for any time you want a celebration meal for anybody in your family who's done something great. Here's the Sunday supper. That would be nice for tomorrow. Here's the stuffed shells. A summer barbecue menu. Even though we're in wintertime right now, it's not too early to get a jump start on this. The highlighted recipe in here is the best ribs ever. And for the Sunday supper, stuffed shells. For the midweek dinner, arroz con pollo. And here is the yum face of David Venable, and they vary from time to time. That's one of his signature hallmarks of In the Kitchen with David. I had not even heard of In the Kitchen with David until a couple of years ago when it was mentioned on the Foodwish blog, foodwishes.com, with Chef John. And you know how much I adore Chef John of foodwishes.com. Anyway, this is David's yum face. And once again, he manages to tickle my fancy. Thanks to all of you fellow foodies, that's the name of his fan base, foodies, who come up to me and ask me to make my yum face. These are for you. He again acknowledges his foodies in the introduction to an extra helping of fun behind the scenes with David Venable. To thank and acknowledge all you foodies who watch and support the show, I'm including the following special 16-page section in my cookbook, available only to those who buy In the Kitchen with David from QVC. This is our thank you gift to you, our loyal QVC fans. Just read that for a second. Not a lot of infomercial personalities, or Home Shopping Network personalities, or QVC personalities, I believe, acknowledge their viewers like David does in this cookbook. So, major props to him. And he does it again right here. One of the best parts of what I do is offering top-of-the-line products to make viewers' lives easier and more successful in the kitchen. I want to help you turn great meals into great memories, and I love all of you who call in. It's so gratifying to speak with you about how excited you are to see the show. When I hear your voices and we talk about food and cooking, it makes my day. The acknowledgments here seal the deal for me to highly recommend this. Finally, and most important, to all the foodies who watch In the Kitchen with David each week. That's every Wednesday and Sunday, so I know where many of you are going to be tomorrow. Your loyalty and support make our show great. You all inspire me with your love of cooking and great food. You keep me going with your enthusiasm and excitement. We are truly one big family of foodies. And if you want to know the inspiration for this cookbook, just thank dear old Mom.
Growing up in my house, Mom was a single working parent. She had myself and my brother and sister to take care of and was working full time. So in the beginning, she taught us to cook out of necessity.
The least amount you can do there, the better.
Okay.
So that's great. Well, he was always underfoot in the kitchen. Now, I made a point of trying to teach all three children something about cooking. I think everyone needs to know something about cooking. But David kind of took to it more than the others did. That just came naturally to him. When David first called me to tell me about the cookbook, he was kind of excited about it. And I said, honey, that's a tremendous project. You want to get involved in something that big? Well, yes, he said, I think that would be a wonderful thing. Well, you know, if David won't commit for something unless he's really into it. And this was something he really wanted to do.
So it really was exciting to be able to weave in so many stories about my mom in the book. We were able to travel to her home in North Carolina. We have pictures of the two of us cooking together in the kitchen in the book. A lot of fun pictures in the book of she and I eating together, because for us, family time and meal time was all about storytelling and getting the family around the dinner table, and food was always at the heart of that. I really celebrate everything that my mom taught me in the kitchen. She really inspired me to dream big and to do really exciting things in my life. And I credit her for having taught me to cook, but I credit her even more for teaching me to dream.
So that's In the Kitchen with David, the first of 3 cookbooks. And in the event that we may not find the next 2, we'll leave both of them in the description below. I mean, In the Kitchen with David, this is pretty nice, and I would compare it to The Comfort Table by Katie Lee, Recipes for Everyday Occasions, which is similar to this. I think it might become a tradition here at Thrift Store Rundown to review comfort food books around the holidays, because that's the time of year when I could see this book and The Comfort Table citing the most around the holidays, because we eat all the comfort food we can in sight around the holidays with no regrets for how much we eat or how bad it may be for us in terms of health. But you know what? It's the holidays. Splurge, live a little, and enjoy great, delicious comfort foods in the comfort of your own home or somebody else's home in which you've been invited to for a holiday party with family and friends. That really is the hallmark of In the Kitchen with David and the spirit that shines in this cookbook. This book deserves a great applause. The most I can do is 5 claps, but David, you become the first QVC personality to receive all 5 claps on the Thrift Store Rundown!
I am so excited about this, and this would not have happened without all of you who watch our show every Wednesday and Sunday.
Alright guys, we're taking it a little too far with my rating system, but who can blame them? I too applaud David for this. I don't know who technically invented the term foodie, but if many people were to argue in the comment section that it was indeed David Venable, I really can't argue with them. This guy is a bona fide foodie, right down to his hard-earned beer belly. And if the man doesn't drink, then it's sparkling apple cider. Thanks for watching! That's the Thrift Store Rundown, bringing Hollywood home, and QVC for the very first time on a budget. Take that, QVC!